Hello students, welcome back to my session. Today I would like to discuss some of the important objective type of questions on English for communication, the paper prescribed for BA part 2. You know guys, you have to study the poem that is Father Returning Home and poet is Dilip Chitre. We have already studied this poem. So let us see which important points you have to focus and remember from examination point of view. As I told you that Father Returning Home is written by Dilip Chitre, who was the foremost Indian poet, critic, painter and filmmaker of the modern era. He wrote poems both in English and Marathi, and so he is well known as bilingual poet. His Says Tuka is the most famous translation of the 17th century Marathi Bhakti poet Tukaram. Okay, so he is well known for the translation of Says Tuka. Okay, and the present poem is somewhat autobiographical in mode, where poet explores man's estrangement from a man-made world. It is a very heart-touching poem as it narrates the loneliness and helplessness of the father. Okay, so let us see some of the important questions and answers. The first question is that who travels on the late evening train? Okay, so who travels on the late evening train? We know very well that the narrator's father travels on the late evening train. Next question, with whom does the speaker's father travel? Okay, so in the poem we get the information that he travels on the late evening train standing amongst silent commuters. Okay, so commuters means someone who travels regularly from home in a suburb to work in a city. Okay, so commuters, right? So we can say the daily passengers. Okay, so the father or speaker's father travels with commuters. Third question, how does the speaker's father get off the train? Okay, how does the speaker's father get off the train? And in the poem we get the line that what poet says, now I can see him getting off the train like a word dropped from a long sentence. Okay, so how, the question is that how does the speaker's father get off the train? And the answer is he gets off the train as a word dropped from a long sentence. Okay. Next question, what is the time of father's travel? In the very first line we get the answer of this question, that narrator says my father travels on the late evening train. So the time of father's travel is late evening. Next question, what does the father contemplate? Okay, so contemplate means think intently and at length. Okay, so what does the father contemplate? And in the poem even itself we get the answer, that what poet says, he goes into the toilet to contemplate man's estrangement from a man-made world. Okay, so what are the lines? He goes into the toilet to contemplate man's estrangement from a man-made world. Okay, so what does the father contemplate? He contemplates about the man's estrangement from a man-made world. Estrangement means the feeling of being alienated from other people. Means it's a loneliness or being alone. Okay, so he thinks about man's loneliness or alienation from a man-made world. Next question, who refuses to share jokes and secrets with the father? And in poem itself, the narrator tells us that, see the lines, his sullen children have always refused to share jokes and secrets with him. Sullen means showing a brooding ill humor. Okay, so who refused? Who refused to share jokes and secret with the father? His children. Okay, that is the answer. Next type of question, that is choose the appropriate answer and complete the following sentences. Let us see. The father's bag is stuffed with ... and there are 4 options: clothes, raincoat, books and eatables. Okay, so we get in the poem that the father's bag is stuffed with books. Okay, next question, the season of father's travel is ... In the poem we get that the season in which of that father travels, or the picture is portrayed here, is the rainy season. Okay, so rainy season is the answer. Time of the traveling, it's late evening. Okay, next, the atmosphere in the poem is ... and there are options: gloomy and pessimistic, happy, pleasant, joyful. So we have a well idea that the atmosphere in the poem is gloomy and pessimistic. Okay, it's somewhat sad and pessimistic, means negative. Next, the weak tea and stale chapati add to the sense of ... The weak tea and stale chapati adds to the sense of ... And options are hopefulness, hopelessness, joyfulness, happiness. Okay, so we know that the weak tea and stale chapati add to the sense of hopelessness. Okay, so keep in mind hopelessness is the answer. And last question of this poem, the speaker on seeing his father getting down from the train compares with him with. Okay, the speaker on seeing his father getting down from the train compares him with, and options are a sentence, silent commuters, nomads, a word. Okay, so here speaker compares his father as a word which dropped from a long sentence. So he compares his father with word. Okay, so a word is the answer. Okay, we may have questions or we may create some extra questions apart from given in your textbook. Okay, so let us see. In the poem Father Returning Home, the narrator's father experiences ... He experience depression, boredom, pleasure, or loneliness? So we get from the poem that narrator's father experiences loneliness. Okay. Then the narrator's father dreams of his ancestors and ... And in the poem we get that. See the lines. He will now go to sleep, listening to static on the radio, dreaming of his ancestors and grandchildren. Okay. So what he dreams? That he dreams of his ancestors and grandchildren. Okay, so you just remember these some questions on this present poem. Okay, let us turn to the next poem, that is There is a Garden in Her Face, written by Thomas Campion. Okay, and we already studied that Thomas Campion was primarily known for his craftsmanship in poetry, music and drama. Okay, and his songs have greatly influenced the modern poets such as Ezra Pound, W.H. Auden and Robert Greeley. And the present poem is a beautiful love lyric full of figurative language, and it is about a man's admiration for a beautiful woman. So let us see some of the questions on this poem. First question, where do the roses and lilies grow? We know that in a very first line we get that there is a garden in her face where roses and white lilies grow. Roses and lilies grow in the garden. Okay, second question, which place is a heavenly paradise to the poet? Okay, and the answer is that lady's face is like a heavenly paradise to the poet. Okay, next question, who cannot buy the cherries? So poet says, there cherries grow which none may buy. So nobody can buy the cherries. Next, who keep a watch on the cherries? And we get that angels keep watch on the cherries. Next question, what does the poet mean by the sacred cherries? So sacred cherries means holiness of the girl. Okay, let us turn to the next question. It's of multiple choice. The speaker compares the young lady's face to, and we know the answer that speaker compares that young lady's face to the garden. Okay, next, according to the poet, no one can buy ... Options are roses, cherries, lilies, pearls. And the right option is cherries. So according to the poet, no one can buy cherries. Next question. In the poem, her ... are compared to pearls. Options are eyes, ears, teeth, cheeks. We know that poet compares the lady's teeth with pearls. Okay, so correct option is C, teeth. Next one. The young lady in the poem defends herself with her ... laughter, cry, frown, angels. And the young lady in the poem defends herself with her frown. Okay. And last question, the phrase cherry ripe refers to ... Friends, options are maturity and willingness, ripened state, old age, and last one, youthful and energetic nature. And the correct answer is A, maturity and willingness. Okay, so that is the symbolic meaning of cherry ripe. The next important lesson prescribed for us is Bhavu Rao's educational experiments, which is taken from The Bountiful Banyan. It is a biography of Kamveer Bhaurao Patil written by Barrister P.G. Patil. Okay, so you must keep some of the important points which you may come across while reading and understanding the lesson. We all know that Kamveer Bhaurao Patil had started a small boarding house in Satara in 1924. Okay, and he got inspiration from Booker T. Washington as he read Booker T. Washington's autobiography that is Up from Slavery in early 1920s. Okay, and in that period he realized that education can eradicate poverty of the society, and so he decided to provide education to the poor class. Okay, and so he started his mission in Maharashtra, and today we see the fruits of that mission, right, in the form of Rayat Shikshan Samstha, which is one of the biggest institutions, educational institutions in Asia continent. Okay, so just keep in mind that that Barrister P.G. Patil was a student of Kamveer Bhaurao Patil, and he painted Bhaurao's life and work in 4 volumes of The Bountiful Banyan. Okay, and the present extract is taken from that biography, that is The Bountiful Banyan, written by barrister P.G. Patil, and the lesson which is here given us, that is Bhaurau's educational experiments. Okay, Karmveer Bhaurao had educated in Jain boarding house at Kolhapur, and he started Shaw boarding house in Satara, and the christening ceremony of the Shaw boarding house was performed at the hands of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so you just keep all these points in your mind which are important from your examination point of view. Moreover, you also read the complete lesson so that you may get more ideas, and you may also learn Bhaurau's educational mission in Maharashtra, which empowered us to be educated and to enrich ourselves in all aspects of our life. The next poem prescribed for us, that is Send My Boy to School. It is written by Vaman Kardak. Vaman Kardak is Dalit poet, and the present poem is written in Marathi, and it is translated into English by Priya Adarkar. Okay, so Priya Adarkar has translated this poem into English language, where a poet actually asks the lords and masters to send his boy to the school. Okay, so you may read the poem and analyze it. Okay, I hope I have touched all the important aspects from your syllabus. There are other units as well, or like oral skills, comprehension skills, English for competitive exams. Okay, so you just go through all these units as well for better result. Okay, so I hope that you understood the part and you will study it in a better way. Um, be prepared for your examination. I wish you all the best, and thank you for watching it.